I come back to you to give you a little update on my writer's life. I am in the last stages for my novel Chroniques de la Lune Bleue Premier Tabou, Chronicles of a Blue Moon First Taboo. I have sent it to my last beta readers that I don't personally know, that I've met on a Facebook group dedicated to beta reading. Some of them have sent me their own texts for me to better read, and it's been an amazing experience. And I'm really happy because so far the results are good and positive, and I've had received good advice, especially about the depiction of people of color, because one of my main characters is a woman of color. So since I am white as hell, I have done my best to depict her in the best way possible. But of course, I can't know anything, and I am humble enough to receive advice about that I have applied immediately, and I am so happy to have been lucky enough to find people of color to reread my book and give me the last advice I needed to respect Chatty as best as possible. And I was quite nervous about that and about the beta reading in general, but I am quite relieved of the opinions I have received so far. Not all beta readers have had the time to read yet, so something could happen still, but yeah, I'm happy. Also, my thriller. I am not in a happy place about that because I have been so focused on Chronicles of a Blue Moon that I haven't touched that manuscript in ages, but I'm confident because I'm still thinking about it. It's still in the back of my mind, processing, developing like a little flower blooming slowly, and I know it will happen someday. I am also working on a compilation of short stories about a wizard and his golem named Isham. The first short story I wrote for Daniel Green's contest, little game he had on his channel once upon a time, and I fell in love with those characters, the wizard and Isham, the golem. So I've decided to write other short stories in that same universe with the same characters, and I have a lot of inspiration for these characters. It will be a collection of short stories. It's urban fantasy, so our world, but with a little twisty twist of magic, of course. A little bit like Harry Potter, but darker, slightly darker. And for now, I have a few short stories, and I will do it like a little bit Witcher style, the first Witchers, where you had a collection of short stories, and in between the short stories, little bits and pieces of a larger story, like that was tying it all up. And I will do that. I hope it goes well. I'm working on the short stories, and I'm thinking about the bits and pieces of a story that will tie it all up. It's not easy. Short stories are faster to write, of course, they are on a smaller scale, but when you have to write multiple ones, well, you start all over again way more frequently, and it's a whole other process, especially since this book I'm writing in English. So complicated. I'm writing the shorter stories in English, and the one that's tying it all up, since it's longer and I have to think about the structure more precisely, because I will have to find the parts where to cut the text. I'm writing in French and I plan to translate afterwards, so I don't have to think too much about the language and can think more about the structure, and so it's easier. Let me know what's happening in your writing life. I will let you know how it goes with the beta reading of Chronicles of a Blue Moon, and I plan to send it to publishers, because in France there is no querying part, but I will do a video about that. It's not in our culture. It's a big difference between traditionally publishing in France and in America especially. So let me know if a video about that would be interesting. I think it would, so I'm already thinking about it, but give me your opinion and let me know where you are in your writing path, where you're at. I would love to find people to talk about it. Give me a comment, hit me on Twitter. You can find all my social media links down below in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified for every video I post. As always, au revoir, darling!